Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Geraldine. If it's your first time tuning in, I welcome you in a special way, okay? Subscribe and join the family and thereby support my channel. Thank you so much. Yeah, my returning subscribers, you guys are just amazing. Thank you so much. Today I'll be sharing with us this Bole recipe. Yeah, this particular recipe I'm using is from the south part of Nigeria. Yeah, Port Harcourt to be precise. There with this recipe is called Bole and it's enjoyed with fish. Yeah, and I would be making it with a pepper sauce as well. Yeah, it's a popular Nigerian street food as well. Bole is basically a roasted plantain. Yeah, and in the western part of Nigeria it's called Bole, and it's enjoyed with something else I'm not really sure of. Yeah, but the recipe, the particular one I'm sharing, is known with the people of Rivers State. Okay, so guys, let's jump in and give this recipe a try. For this recipe, I'll be needing my mixed spices, some salt, some seasoning cubes. I'm using half of this. Then I have some fresh palm oil. I have my tomatoes, Scotch bonnet pepper and red bell pepper. And here I have one white tilapia fish. And then my plantains, they are half ripe and unripe. Yeah, I prefer these for this recipe. So for my fish, I'm going to be frying it. So the only thing I'll be doing now is just rubbing some salt on it. That's all, guys. I'm not going to be putting any more spices on it. So I will just rub in the salt and then set it aside until I need to fry it. I'm using tilapia fish because that's what I was able to find, but mackerel is known to be the best fish for this recipe, okay? So I'll keep this aside now and go ahead to peel the plantains. Yeah, I'm peeling them and laying them on the grill rack. Meanwhile, my oven is already preheating at about 180 degrees. Yeah, using the grill setting. Because my son is sleeping, I wouldn't be blending because of the noise, so I decided to use this unconventional method. Yeah, but I actually loved it because what it did for me was peel off the back of the tomatoes, and I ended up with just the juice, like with just the inner flesh of the tomatoes. This method was also great because I ended up having just my tomatoes without added water. Yeah, you will see what it's looking like, no water at all. So that means I'm going to be frying straight away. Yeah, here I'm just slicing up the Scotch bonnet pepper, habanero pepper. I'll set it into this plate and then go ahead and slice up the bell pepper as well. Yeah, I'm using about just 3 slices of it, like you can see here, just this. So I'll just slice that up into smaller bits. I wouldn't be blending that because I'll just I would love to have the chunks in the sauce, okay? So over here in this pan, guys, I'll be going ahead to fry the fish. Yeah, it's been sitting for not less than 6-8 minutes. Yeah, so I'm just scooping in some oil into the pan. Yeah, enough to soak at least one side of the fish. Okay. So I'll be heating up the oil a little bit. Yeah, before I will throw in this bits of onions. So with that, I could see that my oil is hot enough. A little bit more, and I'll be adding my fish in a bit. The fish goes in at this point, yeah, and as you can see, the oil is enough to fry one side of the fish at a time, yeah. So I'll be letting each side fry for not less than 4 minutes. Yeah, I'll flip it over after the 4 minutes and just keep flipping it around until I'm sure the fish is well fried and cooked through. So 4 minutes later, like I told us, I went ahead to flip this over. Yeah, don't mind this head of fish here. I had cut it off like I prefer to do my fishes, but I saw some flesh left on it, so I decided to fry it and just snack on it before I did before I served dinner, guys. By the way, this is what the fish should look like when it's fried, okay? Yeah, you could see that beautiful brown color. Meanwhile, here I'm just flipping the plantains over after about 10-15 minutes of grilling. Yeah, you watch and see when it kind of gets those brown colors on top, yeah, and you can actually cut through it and check, okay? Yeah, here is our fish all fried and looking beautiful. So in this pan, while waiting for the plantain to grill, yeah, I'll just add some palm oil. While using palm oil for this recipe, it gives it the unique Bole sauce taste, yeah, but you can skip this. You can use any oil of your choice if you have any issues with palm oil, okay? Yeah, so I just threw in my onions and sliced up peppers. Yeah, I didn't allow the oil to heat up a lot, okay? And I just give that a stir. And then I threw in the tomatoes and bell peppers. Yeah, we're not deep frying these, guys. We're just making a sauce out of it. Yeah, and since we're using palm oil as well, it gets most of its taste from the palm oil, I guess. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and spice right away. Like I told us, we're not frying for long. So I've added my seasoning cube and the salt. And here I'm just throwing in a tiny little bit of the mixed spices. This is optional, you can skip it, okay? Yeah, so I'll stir that in and just allow it to cook until the oil floats on top, okay? So now the oil is floating on top and everything has come together like a sauce, yeah. So I'll just combine it together once again, and I'll be adding that fish we fried earlier onto the sauce. We want the fish to soak up some of the sauce as well, okay? Yeah, so I've just created a part for the fish, making the way straight. Yeah, so I'll add the fish now. Mind you, the head of the fish is still waiting for me to snack on. So I'll be scooping some of the sauce onto the fish. Yeah, like I told us, we're trying to get some of the sauce into the fish as well. Yeah, so I'll just scoop some of that on the fish and let it sit on very low heat for a while. Yeah, while we wait for our plantain to be out of the oven. So guys, the plantains are done, and I went ahead to just transfer the fish into this ovenware. Yeah, I'm doing this because we're not going to be having this dinner before the next 30-45 minutes. Yeah, I'll be dropping it in the oven to keep it warm. Okay, yeah, so I'll just here are the plantains. You could see the golden brown color on it. Yeah, it's some of them are unripe, just about 2 of it are half ripe. Yeah, I prefer these types of plantain for this recipe. Yeah, but if you love the very ripe ones, you can as well use that. Okay, yeah, so I'll just transfer them onto this ware, as you can see, and then finally transfer my sauce. Oh, look at that sauce. Transfer the sauce onto the ovenware as well. Yeah, like I told us, I'll be dropping it in the oven because we need to eat this piping hot. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty it. The food is pretty ready. It's ready, and it takes no time at all. All it requires is some basic skills, and you have your dinner in no time. So finally, I'll be sprinkling in some Ụtazị leaf. Ụtazị is the bitter one. Okay, yeah, I prefer to have that in this sauce, but since I'll be dropping it in the oven, I didn't add it on into the sauce when I was cooking it. Okay, yeah, so here is the result of our cooking, and it was yummy. Go ahead guys and give this a try and let me know what you think. Okay, yeah, and remember to top up on your veggies and fruits, especially after this food. Yeah, because plantains can be quite starchy and you don't want to get constipated. Okay, yeah, you can have your green smoothies or the hibiscus juice. Yeah, 2 of these recipes are up on my channel. Until then, it is your girl Geraldine. Thank you so much for hanging on. Bless you and have a beautiful day as always.